5.5 carat pear-shaped diamond. It's near colorless. It's very clean and appealing to the eye. This is something we paid about $60,000 for. Keep that.
Have you got a high-end piece of jewelry or a fine watch and you're considering selling it, or maybe you just want to access the capital for a short period of time? Diamond Banc may have a solution for you here in Sarasota, and I'd like to introduce you to him today. Come with me. So Mills, tell me a little bit about Diamond Banc and why you've decided to open a location here in Sarasota.
Absolutely, yeah. So Diamond Banc, we're a financial services company that's just based in the jewelry space. It was unique. I started the company because I saw a huge void for people. A lot of people want to sell you jewelry, but when you have a nice piece to sell, where do you go? And that's where I saw there's a huge unmet demand. So we have 13 locations throughout the U.S. and a large mail-in division where I'm originally from, Missouri. So what Diamond Banc does is we'll buy your jewelry outright. So if you have fine jewelry, you just want to sell it. We'll offer you what's called a jewelry equity loan, where you retain ownership, but we loan you those same proceeds as if you sold it. Or lastly, we have a seller's agent service. So if someone has a really special piece, often 6 figures or more, and their whole focus is maximum yield, what's the most I can get, and they have a longer time horizon, we offer a seller's agent service where we take the item fully insured and actively market it on their behalf to get them the highest amount. So they pick between immediate sale, jewelry equity loan, or a seller's agent. And so Sarasota, as we all know, is an amazing community, and there's a lot of unmet demand here. So we've got multiple offices in Miami, we have Tampa, Orlando, West Palm, and just because of the community, I actually moved here for personal reasons and then brought our team with us. So we have like a miniature HQ to here, and then we have a buying and lending office. So why are we here? Because there's unmet demand. And it's a service just throughout Florida that's needed, and then I came here for personal reasons.
Perfect. And who do you envision as kind of the ideal client for you coming in? Who do you typically see coming in the door?
I mean, that's interesting, and we talk about that often, but it's often anyone that has nice jewelry that wants to access capital against it. So using a wide brush, we see a lot of, say, baby boomers or of that age group or older, that their lifestyle is changing or what they value has now changed, and they would get far better benefit out of the cash, whether they want to go on a vacation, help a grandchild through college, whatever it is. So we see a lot of that when selling. We also see, relationship dynamics change. We see a lot of sales there. Avid watch collectors. Watches, Rolex in particular, is a huge category for us. So people that are watch enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, mostly like solopreneurs who do have jewelry and want to borrow against it, right? So it is a wide brush, but loans can really be anyone. Sales can really be anyone, but there is an emphasis on the baby boomer generation just because they have so much product that they're no longer wearing.
So let's say I've got this Rolex and I want to sell it, which I don't. Yeah. But if I did, what would I do? How would I start that engagement with you guys?
That's a great question. So we're actually like a digital native company, digital first, because that's the way the world works. So you can go to diamondbanc.com and you'll see that it's very pro quote, very transparent and pro transaction. So you would fill out a quick form, upload a picture of your watch, give us the model number and the key details. You have the box, warranty paper, etc. Then immediately our team will get back with you about a purchase offer. And if you want to borrow against that watch, the terms of the loan. And we believe, as I referenced, on being transparent and giving information and adding value. So most watch buyers, or many jewelry buyers, will say, oh, well, you'll need to bring it by the office. Oh, you'll have to meet with so-and-so. And it's this opaque thing. Mm-hmm. Well, if they're confident in what they're going to pay, they should be confident to give you a range. So that's step one. You can be at your home or in your office and know, hey, is that a number that I feel good about and I'd transact for? So you hit our website, fill it out. Then we will give you an offer. If that's agreeable, then you simply book an appointment and visit one of our 13 locations. Here, you would come into Sarasota, work with Jordan, who's our market director, senior buyer and lender, to verify the item and complete the transaction. Some people prefer not to fill all that information out. You can also we do accept walk-ins, or you can just book an appointment on our website to bring stuff in, but we value people's time and we'd like to get on the same page before they came in for their own benefit.
Do you find a generational divide of people that are happy to do it all online versus the people that really want that in-person meeting here in the office?
Honestly, not really. Today, most people start most things online, so I can't say a certain age group is more hesitant to that. I will say the finer the item, the more personal touch is needed. I know I would want to sit down with a person and understand, well, how did you derive at this offer? If it's a loan, where is my item going to be kept? Is it fully insured? I want to see these things, right? So human contact is always important, especially when you're dealing with major items. So we welcome people in. We want to see them. We want to answer all their questions, but to get a rough idea, or actually a pretty accurate idea and know what you're walking into, we like to say, hey, this is what it's worth. This is where we'll be. It's why we begin the process there.
Very cool. And I think Jordan's going to show us a bit about the process here in a few minutes.
Awesome.
So Mills was telling us a little bit about the process. You're obviously the customer-facing person. So, if I came in, I've got my Rolex, right? I say, Jordan, I'm thinking about selling this. What does that process look like? Where do we go from there?
Yeah, so the first thing that we'll do is we're just going to, of course, set a profile for you in our system, right?
Okay.
So we want to take your information, be sure that we are organized in our approach, right? So the first thing that we do, we make a profile and start taking notes immediately.
Okay.
Just as far as the external condition of the watch and the link count, how clean the crystal is, and of course, any details that we immediately know just by looking at it.
Very cool. And so, obviously, I'm not selling my Rolex today, but I know that many people have sold you guys Rolexes. Tell us a little bit about maybe the types of inventory you're typically seeing come in. I think you got some interesting stuff behind you there.
Yeah, so I actually have a ton of items here. Really what we see the most of is actually Rolex watches. I'd say that that's our most popular category. So we have solid gold Rolex watches here, which we see on the daily, but then you have something that's more of like a bread and butter watch, which is this Batman, and it's on a really cool blue Oyster Flex bracelet.
Fantastic for this climate.
This is exactly right. You might see somebody with some Tommy Bahama wearing this, or they got their flip-flops on, right? So it's very common to see somebody come in with a super sporty watch like this. And then you'll have, a few estate pieces where if someone comes in and they have a fashion piece of jewelry that they're no longer wearing, or it doesn't exactly fit today's aesthetic, but it has a ton of value and is very bright and beautiful. Like this is what appears to be an 18 karat white gold baguette and round fashion ring. I mean, you don't see a ton of people wearing jewelry like this today, but it does have a place and it will find a home.
Absolutely. And then you've got this interesting piece here. What's this?
This is probably from one of our larger metro markets like Miami or Atlanta.
Looks like Miami.
I mean, we buy so many different hip hop pieces of jewelry. It's very, very common to have an iced out chain or an iced out two-tone pendant. And honestly, I mean, this is so heavy. It's probably worth about $4,500 just in gold. Look, it's front and back, two-tone, has a stamp. Pretty heavy diamond carat weight as well.
Very cool. You've also got, it looks like a Cartier bracelet over here, some simpler things as well.
Yep, Cartier bracelet here. This one's a pave. The MSRP on something like this is easily over 5 figures, even though it's one of the small petite models. So this is like, you wouldn't think it's as expensive as it is, but this is probably at least 15 to 20 grand.
It's not always just the materials that are being used, but who produced it as well.
Exactly right. Because you look at something like this, now this actually has more diamond carat weight than the Cartier by a large margin, but this is an unbranded piece. So the majority of the value might surprise you, but it would come from the precious metal as opposed to the diamond carat weight.
Interesting. And I know Mills has got one very unique piece that he's going to show us here in a second. And thanks for showing us through the process. Appreciate it, bud. So Jordan was telling us about a very unique piece that you guys recently acquired, and he said you were going to tell us a little bit about it. So what is this, and value and all that good stuff?
Awesome, yeah. So we paid $100,000 on the nose for this beautiful Graf necklace. So Lawrence Graf is like the #1 jeweler to high net worth individuals in the world. So he has, 30 or 40 stores. He's a billionaire, sells to sheiks and celebrities and all that sort of stuff, but really the best stuff in the world. So their average ticket tickets about 400,000. Wow. Now, I think that's highly skewed because they have sales for 20 and 40 million. So that's going to bring it up. But
helps your average.
Yeah, you struggle to spend. I mean, I'm sure there's things in the store that are for 10,000, but they're few and far in between. So Graph trades at a premium for the name, right? Because it is a designer piece. So this piece is just over 30 carats, so we paid about $3,300 a carat, which is actually about double wholesale. I could manufacture it for about half of that, but it doesn't carry the Graph provenance. Well, the lady that had this piece spoke to numerous jewelers, oh, how beautiful it is, how amazing Graph is, but nobody wanted to pull out their checkbook and write her a check, right? And so that's what we do. So the finest pieces, like that's what I really look for. So, you know, we buy 15 carats, 12 carats, Graph. Like if you have stuff amazing, that's what we're after. And our team really understands it and knows what it's worth, and we have the ability to buy it on the spot. So this is just a beautiful piece with, I mean, you can just see it glows. And so all of these diamonds are going to be like colorless, DEF, VVS to flawless. The larger 2 pair diamonds, one's a carat and a half, one's a 0.75. They're GIA certified. But Graph, when you look at the items, like you can just see its art, the way that it's made and the way that it's made and flows. And so yeah, this is the type of stuff. Now, of course, this is a specialized buyer because who ultimately is going to wear this? Like you have to be at an occasion and have to have the outfit on to wear this. And that's the whole thing where with some of the fine fashion jewelry is that it's thinly traded because there are people that want to sell it, but then ultimately my job is to find someone that wants to wear it.
Yeah, you're not wearing this to the Tiki Bar and Siesta Key. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, and this bow motif is a current item that they still make. So yeah, Graph is a super special designer, and we buy Cartier, Graph, Tiffany, Van Cleef. I mean, anything fine. The finer it is, the more excited we get.
Awesome.
Honestly. Yeah. So there's that.
Awesome. So I so much appreciate your time here in the office today. I always like to leave these things off. Can you describe Sarasota in 3 words?
Oh, underrated, beautiful, and safe.
Well said. Thanks so much for your time today, Mills.
Thank you.
I want to thank Mills and Jordan for telling us about Diamond Banc, showing us around the office, telling us about the process that clients go through and the typical types of inventory that they're looking to acquire. I'd encourage you to check them out on Instagram, but more importantly, get downtown, check them out in person, and until the next time, be well.